Hey there guys, it's Rick Utsa here with AirgunWeb, your home for old school airgun reviews and where we tell you the facts, not fluff. Today's video is going to have 2 points, or 2 purposes. First thing, I'm going to tell you guys about the Walther Reign, this time in .22 caliber. This is our out-of-the-box testing. We haven't done anything other than put a scope on it and send a few pellets downrange. So you're really kind of coming right along with me as I learn about this gun. The second part of this video is to teach you guys about how to, if you're new and you don't understand how this works, how to get the most out of an unregulated gun. Now the Walther Reign is unregulated, so you're gonna have a shot curve, and finding that spot in your curve where you have the most consistency and thereby have the best accuracy, that could be a real challenge. So I wanna walk you through that process, what we're gonna be doing today. This is one of the things I would do in getting a gun like this. The first thing I would do is let's get a scope, let's see if we have some reasonable accuracy. I know this does have that, so we're good to go there. And then it's time to start dialing things in. Before I jump to testing all kinds of different pellets and all those other things, I need to find where we are the most consistent in the shot curve. Now, before we jump to it, I definitely want to say thank you to Umarex USA for sponsoring this video and AirgunWeb in general. If it wasn't for those guys, I wouldn't be able to bring you this video and a lot of other content as well, because my sponsors, not only do they send me products for me to review and tell you guys about, but they just help cover the overall cost of keeping a channel up and going, whether it's personnel doing the editing or other personnel doing the publishing, or me for my time. This is my full-time job, so I got to pay the bills. So I want to say thank you to Umarex. They also sent over this Axion optic. So they're a great bunch of folks. I love their products. I really like the Walther Reign. If you guys have been watching my series on the 25, you know I'm a fan of this gun. So we're gonna jump right into it now. I am gonna be running a chronograph today because that is like one of the most important tools you're gonna need ever. If you're into air gunning and you wanna know what your gun's doing, you wanna know if it's having a problem or if it's operating correctly, the chronograph is gonna be one of your best, well, it is gonna be your best source of information. Specifically today, I'm running the FX chronograph. I also use the Pro Chrono Digital at times, but given that I may want to shoot at targets other than just paper today, I thought I'd throw this up there. Now, some people have mentioned that, if I turn it on, the chronograph like this can cause problems with barrel harmonics. And yeah, if you have a thinner barrel that's prone to moving, yeah, I would not use this. This barrel is very rigid. So I don't believe we're gonna have any problems. In fact, in shooting the 25 with and without, it's been no different. So for some guns, yes, maybe there's an issue. I've not found that the case with this. So if you're one of those guys that are gonna say, oh, that FX chronograph threw off it's not on this gun. Maybe on other guns, I know definitely on other guns, but not this one, it should be fine. So we're shooting the 18-13s today. That's all I'm gonna be shooting. And what we're gonna do is I'm at a full fill here. So we're gonna shoot the center target just to make sure we're sighted in the general vicinity. And then we're gonna shoot magazine after magazine on the other bulls on the target to see at what pressure do we have like the optimal grouping. After each 10 shots, after each magazine, we'll take a break, we'll check our pressure, and we'll load up the mag and keep shooting. So we're gonna break this up into how many shots we're gonna get, what those shots look like, and at what pressure are we getting those shots. This is the sort of process if you have an unregulated gun. I don't care if could be a Beeman underlever, the little super affordable bullpup underlever, or it's a more expensive old school, some of the AAA guns are unregulated. Doesn't really matter what it is. If you have an unregulated gun, you need to know your shot curve, and this is how you do it. So let me go ahead and get set up here. We'll be right back and we'll start getting to some shooting. Okay, so we are shooting today at 50 yards. My tests earlier, my first mag was, it's not great at 50, but it stayed in the relative area. So we'll see how this does as we get through the shot curve. Now, I haven't shot past that first mag at 50, so the results we're gonna get together. So I hope you guys appreciate sort of the raw the rawness of this process. I know there are a lot of folks that just show you the absolute best after they've gone through all of the learning curve, which is fine. That's cool. If you don't have a lot of time, then that's probably great. But how you got to that place, I think, has value too. And so I've had guns where, you know, the first time I get them, gosh, they just don't work. And then I unlock that secret, and, you know, you guys being with me, if we have that type of experience where all of a sudden, oh, that's how you make it work, I think that's pretty cool, because if you're either looking to buy a product or you've already got a product, knowing how to get the most out of it, that's sort of what my channel has always been about. And I want to keep bringing that kind of content to you. Okay, so enough of that. Let's get to shooting. We are again at 50 yards, and I've got an absolute full cylinder. So we're at 230 bar, and we'll see at what point we need to, at what point things get really consistent. So let's go ahead and get started. Enough talking.
777.
Okay, now that's very low. And what happens on a full fill with a gun like this, you got a little bit of valve lock. Okay, so valve lock is when you have more pressure in the tank than the hammer can overcome. The hammer. So as the pressure lowers, it becomes easier to open the valve. You don't have valve lock anymore, and that's when the gun starts to get optimal. So this is perfect. So let's see how we do here. First shot. I don't remember if I cocked it. We'll find out.
770. 800.
Okay, now we're coming up now.
800. 5. 800. 10. 800. 19. 828. 828.
Okay. Forgot how many shots we have. We have 10 shots in the back.
814. 844.
Okay. This is what I was talking about. Our first shot was like 777. And now we're up to 844. So this is why you got to sort of know where to fill your gun to. We'll go ahead and make note of the pressure in our second mag here. We are at, oh gosh, we're still like maybe 215 bar. So we haven't even got to 200 bar yet. So the possibility of this getting a lot of shots is pretty high. Now, on my scope, those were hitting about 0.5 mil low. So I'm going to use that aim point for our top left target. Oh, you know what? Maybe I won't. Maybe we need to stay consistent. All right, I'm going to just stay holding straight center, because what I want to see also is how the shot moves based on the shot curve. So if I change my hold, that screws that up. All right, so I'm just going to aim dead center on the top left target, and we'll see where we are. Did not capture that. Let's see. We're still connected. All right.
856. 856. 854. 872. 872. 881.
Catch it. All right.
875.
Last shot.
893.
Okay. You can see we're getting some, just the valve still hasn't settled in yet. Now the other side of this is a brand new gun. So there will be a little bit of a break-in with all the parts sort of, finding their place. So this being the first time through, okay, we'll see how it does after we've shot it for a couple months. And that would be kind of an interesting interesting video. You know, we've got, this is out of the box. Let's do the same test 6 months from now after I've shot a few thousand rounds and see what it looks like. Really, I mean, we're at 50 yards and it's really a beautiful day today. It was like dead calm. We haven't had this in a long time. And that, I mean, it's a little over an inch, but that ain't bad. Not bad at all. All right, we are, right now we're about 32 foot-pounds. This, we are right, I mean, just over 200 bars, so like maybe 202. I mean, it's like right on the line. It's a tiny little gauge, so it's hard to tell. So we're just a fraction over 200 bars. So we've gotten 2 mags so far out of essentially 30 bar. Let's see how we do now. All right, we're gonna move down to the one just below. And aiming dead center seems to be just fine. Let's see how we do now.
891. 875.
I need a little bit more. Ooh, that's good right there.
902. 907. 914. 902. 921. 921. 937.
Okay. Oh, we got one more to go here.
935.
Okay, we're seeing our shots climb now. I'm glad I didn't change my hold. Okay, real quick before I forget. Wow, we used a good bit of air there. We are at, ooh, if that was probably, we used, gosh, if the first 2 mags used 30 bar, we used almost 30 bar of that set of shots. So we went from, oh no, forgive me. I apologize. No, we didn't. We used about, we're maybe like 150, we're probably like 180. Maybe we used 185. I don't know. We're on the upper side of between 150 and 200, so we're probably like 185, so I apologize. We didn't use as much as I thought. We definitely used maybe a little bit more, but not as much as I thought. We're going to call it 185. Okay, we're going to move down to the one below it, and again, I'm just going to maintain my center hold, and we are hitting now about half a mil high. Let's see. Yep.
942. 942. 951. 965. 970. 977. 974. 974. 986. 990.
Okay. We are now at 155 bar, using more air. We're getting more power. We're at almost 40 foot-pounds. All right, so we are at 40 shots. And like I said, we are just over 150, I think 155. So again, using more air as we go here. All right, I'm at the bottom bowl. Let's see if it's gonna creep all the way up into the top bowl.
900.
It does too, look at it. That's just under the first mil dot.
988. 988. 988. 986. 970. 960. 979. 963. 900.
Okay, so now we're starting to drop, and we're under 150 bars, so we're like 140-ish. I think we're gonna do one more mag. And let's see, we're coming back to center, so I'm gonna shoot the bottom bull.
960. 942. 944. 937. 928. 914. 916. 909. 907. 891.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and stop. That is 60 shots at this point, and that last group was probably under an inch. I'd have to measure it. It's gonna be close. I think that if we were to top this off to like 175 and shoot sort of using the like the 1/2 mil circle. This scope has a really cool reticle. You have like the bullseye, then a hash, then a see-through circle, then a hash, and then the fold mill. It's got a really cool reticle here. But I think if we filled this to maybe 165 and then shot a couple mags, I'm very curious as to what we would get. So what I'm going to do is test that theory, because that last group was hitting right at sort of that circle dot, which is 1/2 mil high. And I'm wondering if I could I wonder if I can get a really good group now that we kind of have a better understanding where our pressure curve is. If I can get a couple really good groups out of this. Let me go top this off. We'll be right back and we'll wrap this up. Okay, let me go ahead and save this string. And I have topped off the gun. And we are sitting at like right at 155. Well, we're really close. Maybe 160. And I want to try and get like two good mags out of this to see how she does. All right, so I've got this saved. We're gonna do a new string, and we're gonna shoot this at 50 yards and see what we can do here. Now, shooting at 50 yards is going to sort of make those velocity differences, it's going to exacerbate it. So if you were shooting in your backyard at say 25 yards, then you would have, gosh, how can I put it? If you were shooting closer at 25 yards, those velocity changes aren't going to matter as much on paper. But as you get further out, as your pellet's slowing down and drag and all this stuff is happening, that's when that really starts to make a difference. So if you were backyard plinking or something like that with this gun, you could get 40, 50 shots and you'd be pretty happy with what you're getting. But as you start stretching it out, that's when you really got to stay right in that shot curve. Okay. We're going to go to the top right, and I'm going to use the center. We may shoot a little left as we were, but I'm just going to use the center, that little 1/2 mil circle, and see where we hit. Oh my. Are we not connected? Okay, let's connect. Okay. And we're going to miss one shot, so sorry about that.
981. 986. 988. 988.
So if we were just doing 5-shot groups, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move. I want to preserve that 5-shot group, and I want to see if that's sub MOA, because that might be a sub MOA group at 50 yards out of an unregulated gun once we know what our pressure is. And I know it's 5-shot, but I'm going off the Pyramid Air sub MOA thing. So I want to measure that. So we're going to preserve that 5-shot group. We're going to drop down to the next one. Maybe we'll do 5-shot groups, all of these. That might be really cool. Let's do it. All right. Next group, next bull just below it.
988. 990. 990. 988.
Oh, you know what I'm doing? Shoot at the wrong bull. Ugh. What a doughhead. All right. Well, shoot. Sorry, guys.
990.
I might be out. Yes. Okay, so I completely screwed that up and forgot what I was shooting at. So I'm going to put 3 more shots on that bull. It's like, where are these going? And I was using the under. I was holding over instead of holding under. So I apologize.
981. 974. 960.
Well, we are at 13 shots right now. So let's do some more. Okay, we're going to move down. And I'm going to use the 3/4 dot or 3/4 hash hold under. Oh, way off to the left.
953. 937. 942. 937.
Was that 5 shots? And I already cocked it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Bottom bowl. And if I was holding it 3, we're going to go back to the center.
932. 928. 916. 909. 898.
Okay, we're done. All right, so that is, we dropped down to just over 100 bar. If I look down there, and I'll go grab that target, I see my 2 shots where I screwed up and shot high. But every one of those groups, if you knew what you were doing and you knew your gun, you could probably shoot sub 1 inch all the time at 50 with this gun, at least in the power curve, in the shot curve. And there's certain areas where you're going to get better, like that first group. I think I could have put a little more air in this. I think I could have gone to like 175, and maybe we could have gotten maybe another 10 shots out of it. But we've got 20 some odd, and I know we could get 3 mags out of this that would be really decent. And if you know what you're doing, you're going to be able to keep those all in the black. Guys, I'm going to go grab that target, bring it back. I'm going to measure it, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Be right back. All right, guys, so how did we do? At the end of the day, we have our learning curve, which is all of this, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we have our execution curve. Well, on the execution side, which is what really matters, our first group. Now, these two shots, as you guys know, that was me being a doughhead and used the wrong hold. Okay, take those out of the equation. Sub MOA. So 0.39 inches center to center, 5-shot group at 50 yards. Perfect conditions today, really, really ideal. Don't know how that would do in the wind, but come on. 0.39 inches center to center. I'll take it. I will say that all of the groups we shot on the execution side of this card are all under an inch. One was sub MOA, one was very close to being MOA. But that is, to me, I think that's pretty impressive. We've got this one here is 0.85 inches center to center. This is 0.93, and this is 0.58. Now, for whatever reason, all of these groups here sort of were to the left, and now I did change my hold. So, you know, I'm trying to adjust to get them in the black, or at least on the horizontal bullseye plane, I guess. But I do need to do some more work on this to see why was this to the right and these to the left. Was it my hold? Was it something I was doing in my follow through? I don't know, but I'm very interested to find out. But I'm super impressed with the unregulated gun, under an inch, 4 or 5-shot groups under an inch at 50 yards once we knew where the pressure curve was. Now that's stuff that you guys can take and apply to any unregulated air gun. You can have a better understanding of how to make it perform better for you. You need a chronograph, you need some time at the bench, and you need a beautiful day. We had all of that, and I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. Guys, if you want to know about the products we've used today, check out the links in the video description. I'll have them all there. Definitely want to say thank you to Umarex. Without those guys, without Umarex USA, again, we wouldn't be doing these videos. They are a major supporter of AirgunWeb. Without them, and my other sponsors too, we wouldn't be able to bring you guys any content. So super, super huge thank you to them. If you like the Reign specifically, go check it out, www.umarexusa.com. Again, links to all that stuff will be in the video description. Want to say thank you to all my other sponsors for sponsoring AirgunWeb as well. If you want to know about all of those guys, check out my website, www.airgunweb.com. We've got videos all broken out by sponsor, which makes it super easy. If you want to go see everything I've done for Umarex, you can go do that, and other sponsors as well. So all of that's right there, www.airgunweb.com. That's going to be it for me. My name is Rick Utzer here with AirgunWeb, your home for old school airgun reviews, and where we tell you the facts, not fluff. Thanks for watching.